Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Ooh, that's bad.
That's pretty good.
What do you got? What do you got, Tim? Oh,
Double
Topo Chico.
what flavor
Not
is
boozy
that?
Tropical mango.
Oh, all right.
My biggest issue with boozy waters, and I am a boozy water fan, is there's always a mango flavor. I don't know if mango is cheap, the fake mango flavoring is cheap, or if people just think that mango sounds all tropical and whatever and it sells better. But it doesn't matter what little variety pack you get. It doesn't matter which brand you buy. There's always a mango. And honestly, I'm sick of it.
Don't they all have lemon too? Lemonade?
Yeah, but lemon's awesome.
Lemon's pretty good.
I
like the
know,
lemon
but
one.
your complaint is they all have it, not that it's good or bad.
No, but like even if you buy it, like if you buy like the standard variety pack of, I don't know, let's say White Claw or something, they've got mango in there, and then you buy their tropical version, it's 3 new flavors and the same mango. And mango's always in there, and whatever you do, there's always a mango in there, and it really annoys me. I'm tired of the mango flavors. I'm also not a big fan of mango. So
mango, tropical mango, banana mango, guava mango. That's all you get.
yeah, I don't passion mango.
It's the mango variety pack.
I will say I like it. It's a little strong though for boozy water. Even for Topo Chico.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a complaint that is.
Which if you want a really strong boozy water, why not? Right?
Yeah. He complains as he takes another sip.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking the whole thing.
Put a shot of vodka in there, and then they're all strong.
That's right.
So the first time
they're enhanced.
The first time my wife ever had a flavored water was when she was pregnant, and she was like, "Man, I bet this would be good with vodka." And then the first time she ever had a boozy flavored water was after she was pregnant, and she goes, "Man, I bet this would be good with vodka." So yeah, adding vodka to alcohol is a Brown household tradition. So
nice.
Anywho, on to Georgia State. Man, so we kind of laid into the past couple of weeks, kind of laid into Georgia State football with just the outcome of the season, and then losing some guys in the portal. The guys are leaving here and not feeling too hot about it, but we had a kind of a good week. We got some commits, we got some P5 transfers into the program. So, I guess, I'm not going to say that all that stuff was unfounded. We were definitely based in what we said the past couple of weeks, but it's nice to have a little bit of good news to talk about. Getting a Clemson guy, getting a Louisville guy, and a bunch of other commits coming in. So what do you guys think about this week?
It just feels like it's we're hitting reset. I don't know. With like the way that the transfer portal actually turns out is like you get rid of so many people. I mean, we were at like 15 or something, right? Or more. I mean, and that's
as of this morning, we had 16 players that had left the program this year for the portal.
Yeah, and then you would expect that you would want to collect that many more, right? I mean, because you gotta fill in those scholarship slots. That's a massive change, because that's not even including all of your seniors who left and all of your scholarships for high school recruiting that you're giving away.
Right. At 16, you're not replacing scholarship. You're replacing guys that are like on the second string. You're replacing you don't have a team anymore. So
it's nuts.
Yeah, it's
a totally different dynamic. And I'm not criticizing it at all. I actually think it's neat. There are some like intriguing aspects of it, and like I think that the dynamics have just changed a little bit, and the game has changed in a major way. And I don't necessarily think that's for the good or for the bad or anything like that. But it's fun. It's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Tim, what's your take, Tim?
I just think, Coach Elliott did kind of say at the end of the season that changes are going to be made, and then magically we see all these players leaving at higher numbers than probably every other team, right? In the Sun Belt.
We keep on seeing those. I think Monroe is right there with us, but all those tweets were coming out that were comparing all the teams across all of FBS. they always had Georgia State underreported. They had us like at 12 or 14. Like when I said, like, we're at 16 now. So I don't know why if they just weren't. Well, actually, this goes back to your point last week, Tim. We need to actually have like an actual transfer portal website that contains everything, not relying on different user generated, user supported stuff. So maybe wherever these Twitters, whatever they're called, we're getting their information would be up to date. Because like I go to 24/7 because we know that Ben updates that, and I don't know if that guy has a real job or not because he spends more time doing Georgia State stuff than anybody I've ever met, including Coach Elliott.
Really good at it too.
But to be fair,
that was a low blow.
Ben does not have the commute from Columbia, South Carolina that Coach Elliott does, so he has more time to spend on this. So yeah, I know it's weird. I guess we expected this kind of stuff, but it's good to see some big guys coming. There was a lot of criticism that we were getting guys coming from targeting FCS and other G5 programs, but to actually have a couple of P5 guys transfer to Georgia State from, like I said, Louisville and from Clemson. The Clemson guys was a Kevin Swinton. He was a 4-star coming out. He actually had some legit playing time, so he looks like a big guy.
So this is something that I actually think will probably play in our benefit, and our bread and butter should be because my stance on recruiting Georgia has always been people want to leave home. A lot of kids want to get away from home, and they're willing to travel to do that. And then some of these kids though, they go out and they're gone for a year or two, and they're like, I want to get home. This was a mistake. I want to get home. And that needs to be our bread and butter, is going out there to these P5 programs with, a backup 4-star who isn't getting a lot of play time, hates living out in the country in whatever college town he's in, and wants to get back to Atlanta. Come on back. We're your home. Like, come on. So
Georgia,
I think that's a way to make all y'all happy too.
Well, so that was the Coach Hunter philosophy on recruiting. He'd go out there and he would recruit guys that he knew were not going to come to Georgia State. They had the bigger program offers, but he would talk to them. He would get in with them. Obviously, Coach Hunter was an incredibly charismatic guy, still is, and so he would get in there. And so when things didn't go their way, they didn't get the playing time they wanted, or like you said, or homesick, or maybe girlfriend sick, whatever it may have been.
Hey, I don't care.
They want to get back. Yeah, whatever it is,
get that play.
They'd be like, hey, coach, do you still have a place for me? And he's like, yeah, I'll kick that kid off the bench. You'll be in here. So yeah, I'm all for it. I read an article this past week about the Western Kentucky coach and like his approach to the transfer portal, and he kind of embraced it like straight on, like even approaching kids in the recruiting process was like, hey, you may want to go to a bigger program than what Western Kentucky has going for it, but maybe you're not there skill wise yet. Come in here. We will develop you. We will get you to that next level, almost like the JUCO mentality of what's going on. And he's done pretty well. He's had plenty of guys that have come in and balled out and then left after a year or two. But do you think that's something that would be advantageous to Georgia State to go in there and like say, hey, maybe you get a guy you wouldn't normally get because you approach it that way, or would it just become the stomping grounds of players coming in here and just backing out or leaving off every year? Tim, you have an opinion, it looks like.
I kind of think that Western Kentucky was probably ahead of the curve. He was embracing it in the sense that he already knew, listen, if I get a stud player that comes in here, he's probably going to transfer now, especially this year with the portal looking like the freaking Wild West. Although, you did mention Western Kentucky. They had a QB enter the portal and exit the portal and stay, which is weird. It could also just be his offer got taken off the table, right? I mean, there's no real offer, but they're offers. So
I heard we had one of our guys was approached by a couple of P5 schools about coming over there this year, and he had to reply back to him and say, I've exhausted my eligibility. I don't have any more playing time. Like, they didn't even do their due diligence of finding out that, like, well, one, they should not have been talking to him because he's not entered the portal yet. But two, they didn't even know that he had.
They're just like, that looks good. I want that.
Well, I was when I was talking to the guy about this, I'm kind of like, this has got to be flattering though. Like, you get you find out that these, again, quote unquote, larger programs, bigger programs, took interest in your success and they wanted to have you. It's unfortunate that they waited until you didn't have any playing time left to actually go. So
I say you just transfer anyway and see if the NCAA pays attention.
Just
I don't
roll
know.
with it.
There's so many transfers. How could they possibly process everything?
Well, and what I'm hearing is if everybody's breaking the rules, we ought to be breaking the rules too. We ought to be reaching out to these kids too.
if you ain't cheating, you're not trying, right? Let's see.
Well, no, I mean, if everybody else is cheating and you're the only one not, I mean, it's like you're all going to get caught together or you're not, right? You may as well roll with the pack.
It's the same concept when you're on a road trip and there's like 6 cars going like 90 miles an hour and you get right in the middle of the pack. Like the cop's not going to catch all of us. My odds are a lot better when there's 6 of us versus 1 of us. Yeah. Let's see. Julian's got a comment. GSU football is a weird place, coming off a bad season, but with talent incoming. The SBC East looks slightly less daunting with Coastal losing Chadwell and McCall. Too early to project, but at least something is it's something, I guess. Yeah, I mean, hell, that's the story of being a Georgia State fan. We're always looking ahead to next season because this season sucked, right? Or the season was better than the previous one, and we're expecting to be even better the following year. Have we ever had 3 years in a row where we got better every single year?
No, well, you're always going to have little slips, but that's fine. The Chadwell news, I actually didn't realize that until like yesterday or the day before that he went to Liberty. And you know what? They couldn't have hired a better coach. I'm really happy for him because I think Chadwell without McCall is just not a good coach.
I was hoping he'd go somewhere bigger though.
Or McCall entered the portal as well. I mean, he could very, very likely follow Chadwell, which I think
but he's a fragile boy. I mean, he's well. I don't know if he's cut out for even another year of football. I'm just saying.
You've not paid attention to social media and what the Coastal guys are saying. One guy posted on the Sunbelt forum that the Sunbelt as a whole needed to retire the number 10 jersey because Grace McCall was so instrumental in putting Sunbelt into like the top G5 programs. Another guy was talking about how just Coastal itself should retire the number 10 because no matter whatever happens, Grace McCall will always be the greatest Chanticleer with a dumb thing they're called, and they'll be supporting him wherever he goes throughout his rest of his career. So no.
Hold up.
Yeah,
hold up.
There's
the teal chicken people, the beach chickens, wanted every school to retire number 10.
Yes.
What if
Jackie like this is some Jackie Robinson stuff?
What if McCall goes to Appy? Then do they support him?
Well, they said they would. There's at least this one post they'll support, that fan base will support him wherever he goes the rest of his career.
I hope he goes to Appy.
That'd be hilarious.
I hope he does.
And we can beat him.
I hope he comes here. I hope he comes here. We won't play him, but I hope he comes here.
Yeah, because Granger's going to be our starting quarterback no matter what.
Who hands the ball to the running back. And
hear me out.
It'll be fine.
Hear me out, Ryan. Grayson McCall goes to App State. We get our first win over App State and our first win over Grayson McCall. It's a twofer. At home. Because we play Appy State at home this year. So it'd get the whole gambit in there.
Yeah.
All right. And they suck, so. Yeah, no. It was funny about Chadwell going to Liberty because all the chest beating, pumping ourselves about how much better the Sun Belt Conference is, and this lauded, amazing coach of Coastal Carolina who's done all these great things goes to Conference USA. Like, is that
money?
To be fair, Liberty is special because they've got mountains of money. They've just got so much money they don't know what to do with it all. And
they have the Lord's money.
That's whatever,
God money is the best. Money. That's all you gotta say.
They get it by fleecing like millions of people across the country. That's fine. They do a thing. They've got mountains of money and they can afford to buy a lot of coaches and a lot of players, and they've been doing it for a long time and they've been very successful at it. So
yeah, I was just hoping that Chadwell went to like a P5 program because I'm not so sure he's got the stuff. Like without McCall,
I think it
Chad
shows
Wolf,
he doesn't have the stuff that he didn't get hired from a big program.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
honestly,
with the stats that he has, there's no reason a P5 shouldn't have come calling, and they didn't. So, I mean, I guess Auburn almost did, right? Or no, Tech almost
Tech
did.
did, yeah.
Tech
there
was
was
sniffing
yeah,
around.
yeah, but Tech is like P5 ish.
Yeah.
They're like P4.9.
But not
they're
money
barely
wise. Money
but
wise, they bring the heat.
Oh yeah.
but they have no idea how to spend it. Or I guess they're spending so much.
Yeah,
They have
sure.
like they're still spending money like on 2 basketball coaches ago or something right now, so they can't really afford to pay what Liberty can pay. I don't know.
That's not real in P5. Those programs have so much money they don't know what to do with it. They're good. They're
Collins'
fine.
buyout was pretty big too, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're fine.
They're all that's just bad athletic directoring, creating these contracts that you're just going to end up buying them out of. But I guess it's part of the boosters. They actually have legit boosters with money that keep on pushing. All right, we don't care. Get him out of here. We'll go. Whereas Georgia
Yeah, I mean,
State's
you
got
get
a guy.
like Bama boosters pay Saban. Like that's it. They don't. There's no student fees. They're not tickets that are paying for them. Like donors are paying for Saban.
Oof.
Isn't it amazing how much the state of Alabama has money, and like right next to it, Mississippi is like the poorest state in the entire country. Like like the demographics cannot be that different.
No, they're like
is it?
twins.
Exactly. But listen, I've made a joke that I come from a split family. My one side of my family is redneck and the other side of my family is white trash. It's completely different. And I feel like that's what Alabama and Mississippi are. It's like you got one side which is redneck, which redneck is country as they come, but they actually are responsible, know how to make money. And Mississippi is white trash. They cannot save a dollar to save their lives. They're
got clay roads.
They have the casinos over there. They're blowing their money over there in Tunica, Mississippi every night or something. I don't know. I don't know why I'm bashing on different states right now, but
Well, it's easy.
sounds good.
So
Yeah. I guess I should be making fun of Mississippi at the day that Mike Leach dies, but whatever.
Yeah,
Yikes.
probably not.
That happened. I don't
Too
know a
soon.
lot about him. I know people are sad about it. But I've been watching some clips and stuff, and I don't know too much about him. That's all.
I know the name, or at least I thought I knew the name a lot, and then I realized I was thinking of Robin Leach from the old like Lifestyles of Rich and Famous movie or show back in the 80s, and so maybe I'm mistaken. But I'm talking about.
It's not
But I
the
looked
same
him up
person.
today. Not the same person. I looked up today, and he coached at Valdosta State, so he actually has a Georgia connection. He was at Valdosta State, which is like what they call Titletown, Georgia is in Valdosta.
Because they've won a bunch of D2 titles?
Yes, they've won a bunch.
They got They got 6 of them. How many do they got?
They got more than 6 because they're Titletown and
right.
Statesboro is not. Yeah, so
I did wonder about him because he's at Washington State for such a long time, and then I was like, how do you go from there to Mississippi State? Why would you come to the Southeast? And then I looked it up.
SEC,
I was like,
baby.
Oh, SEC and Valdosta State. He's from this area, kind of. So
it means more,
he was
man.
here for a while.
It means
mean
more.
Yeah.
There's that one glaring thing we got to talk about in the transfer portal with Georgia State. Bryson Broadway, turncoat Benedict Arnold. I hope he loses every game he plays.
Do you know? I didn't expect that to ever happen. I mean, it's nuts. That is nuts. It's crazy.
He went to the trash. He went to the Trash Down South. From what I'm told, he had offers from better programs, but he chose. So that's gonna be a spite thing if you're gonna like.
Is he from Statesboro? I mean,
is very very petty. Well, he is.
Does he
white.
live there already? Is he like? Is he from the Savannah area? Maybe I don't like.
I don't pay attention a lot to, individual stats or stats in general, but I remember like my first introduction to Broadway that I remember was going to the Army game this year and in those stands. And it seemed like his number was called for penalty after penalty after penalty, killing drives. And I'm kind of like, why is this guy still in the game?
After he was hurt for the first quarter of the season, and we didn't have all those penalties. It was like,
right. And And as I posted in our group chat when it came out, our Patreon group chat was that's fine. We get better and they get worse.
Yep. Yep. No, I mean,
Tim,
it just baffles me that somebody would make the choice after being at Georgia State for however many years to go to TDS. Like the culture is not where it needs to be. That's acceptable. You know what I mean? Like the culture in the locker room, the culture around like all these kids, like there needs to be some public shaming, and there isn't, and I don't understand.
enemy number one.
I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it.
Tim,
There
what do you
will
got?
be. I mean,
There will be.
there will be public shaming. First of all, I mean, what are they? Are they recruiting it? Did they recruit him before the season was over? Did they see him play when we played each other? Like, hey, at the end of the season, just get in that portal. We'll take you.
I have unconfirmed reports from the Georgia State locker room. This is a true story. That somebody within Georgia State's team said if he starts at Trash Down South, they're going 0-12 next season.
Ouch!
Oh,
That is brutal.
That came from our locker room.
David with his insider information. You're gonna have to spill the tea on who your source is later.
It's got to be. I mean, the players themselves probably have this weird feeling about it because it's a huge game for them, huge rivalry and huge hatred for them. You know, wanting to beat the shit out of them every time we play him, and then he goes.
I get it. So, like, I get it. Like, if you're in the NFL where they have some huge rivalries, like, obviously being here, you get the Falcons Saints rivalry, or you have like the entire NFC East with Washington and the Giants and Dallas and Philadelphia. Like those fan bases hate each other, and you can tell those teams really capitalize on those wins against those division teams, Patriots and Bills and stuff like that. But then when it comes to NFL, that's money, man. And if they're going to pay you a couple $1 million a year to come play there, $1 million more than the other guy was, you kind of swallow that pride. Hell, Joe Horn from the Saints came to the Falcons, and I had to cheer for him, even though I hated that guy. We had Morton Anderson, the kicker, that came from the Saints as well. All this kind of crap happens. There's a difference in the NFL, but when it comes to college, you can take pettiness to the nth degree. Like this is awesome. You just don't do that, and it's not like our rival was Georgia or it was Alabama or Ohio State or something like that. And he's like, yeah, I know that's our biggest rival, but they're a premier team in all of college football. I'm going to go there. No, you went to a team that you beat last year and consistently beat. You went to a inferior team when you had offers from other programs. Yeah, I made a statement last week about how I don't like us being positive about guys that are leaving the program. And I think this is one guy we can all agree, not positive. Do not hope he has a successful career.
That's right.
Leaving the program.
Right. Well, and so ready to move on probably. Jamil Muhammad went to Southern Cal.
Southern Cal, yeah.
And that is
That's
big
impressive.
time. That is big time. And people were congratulating, and I'm like, we just need to wait. We need to hold off on the congratulations, because if he doesn't see the field, then who cares? I mean, I guess he gets to enjoy the nice weather, but that's about it, right? So, we'll see.
So I got
my stance on this throughout has been like, you can go to a bigger program, but if you're not seeing the field, you're missing out, and the NFL is not going to find you if you're on the bench.
Well, and also, I feel like after all the California taxes, his name, image, and likeness revenue will be far less than he would get in Georgia. We actually have a question. Jillian posted a question. If Coach Elliott was hired at a P5 program, he's not going to be. Who would you guys want to hire as the next head coach at Georgia State if you were in charge? I really should have read that question before.
Jesse Minter.
Jesse Minter.
Jesse Minter. That's my guy.
You remind
in a
me
heartbeat.
And it's a realistic guy too, right? I mean, that is somebody who we could potentially hire, has a history with the program, and is just balling out up in Michigan.
Well, to be fair though, he has a history with the program. How many people do you think have a history of this program want to come back to this program?
I don't know. Atlanta's great.
Like, Atlanta's great. I love Atlanta. But yeah, you got like, all right. I was shat upon up here.
We're a walk in
I've
the
seen.
park. We're
Yeah,
a walk in the park. We're easy. Come on. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to come back here?
I do think just Jesse Minter is the answer. Maybe in the next 10 or 15 years, I'll still stay true to my Nick Arbuckle coming here. I want Nick Arbuckle to be a
Arbuckle would be
head
great.
coach.
He was
And
already a
maybe-
coach while he was here on the field. So
Absolutely. And maybe one day, Dan Ellington, after several years of moving around within the collegiate atmosphere, maybe some pro atmosphere of coaching, he comes back and does. I want internal. I want a homegrown guy. I want somebody from here to be our head coach, and not next head coach, but yeah, a future head coach.
I think it'd be cool to have someone come back, but I would think no real name, but an up and coming SEC coordinator is probably a good bread and butter for us. Let them develop and then move on back to the SEC. I wouldn't mind being that school.
right.
You know.
All right.
Yeah, get somebody in the Saban, Kirby Smart tree type thing. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Cynical Peach says Brian McClendon, the wide receiver coach at Georgia, and then he says, "Go Dwags and go Panthers." Yeah.
We already did have. Didn't we have a Brian McClendon's brother here? I'm mixing people up? I might be mixing people up. There was a Georgia coach.
Just go with it.
Whose brother coached here.
I have the answer. I want Coach Hayes. I want Coach Hayes to be the next football coach. He can play double duty. And when during the overlap, when we're playing the out of conference basketball schedule, Jonas can do the head coaching responsibilities for basketball, and Jarvis. Jarvis can do basketball during the out of conference, and Jonas can do the football until we're done. I mean,
we'll never know who it is anyway, right?
We won't. Oh no, we will know. We will know because Jarvis is the better looking one, as he told us at the event.
Yes. That's all you have to do. Oh yeah, you're the better looking one.
Brent McClendon was a cornerback here, and he's Brian McClendon's little brother.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Cool. Works out well.
Yeah, I knew I had it. I knew I had it in my head.
I think that
I'm glad you guys didn't, and I wasn't just like some idiot.
My Coach Hayes as the new football coach makes an excellent transition into basketball. See how I did that there? That's great. It's great. Yay. So a week off for finals, and we play at Auburn, number 18 or 19, depending on which ranking you subscribe to. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, tonight, as you hear this in the morning. Easy peasy win.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bad scheduling thing for them to put us on the schedule, give us a win. So
Wait, why are we winning? Why are we winning this?
Oh wait, I had them backwards. Crap, we're Georgia State and they're Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, what's happening? You guys got me confused.
We got no chance in hell, but it'll be fun arena to be in.
This is one of those games I don't gamble very much at all on, especially on games, sports games. Yeah, but I like those big win point differences. And this is one of those where Auburn is, I think, favored 20.5 points in the game. This is one of those I'm like, yes, take Auburn, take the points. We're going to lose this game by a crap ton. We could only score 46 points against Northeastern, a team that had only won one game in our first road game. I don't like our chances in this game at all. That being said, I wish I was going. I wanted to go so bad. This was a game I circled on my calendar to go. I can't make it. I'm bummed about it. But yeah, we're gonna get our asses kicked. Go on.
I say we cover. We'll cover.
You think we cover?
Yeah.
Right. What is this? What's the spread?
21.
20 and a half. 21 points, yeah.
And you don't think we cover that? That's a lot of points.
No. Covering.
We scored. This is the team that was undefeated until they played Memphis last week here in Atlanta and lost their first game of the season. They're 8-1, number 18, 19 in the nation. We have a 3.5% chance of winning according to ESPN.
Yeah,
I think
I know you're
We-
gonna
we-
pile it all on,
we-
but teams slow down when they're 20 points ahead. They do. Like they'll play people off the bench and they won't
they
keep
can
it.
start. They can start the guys that are not on the bench, the guys that are like down there, like sitting on the floor. They can start the guys that are holding little
can
chairs,
start
and they're going to beat it.
Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
You can put him in.
By 20 points. I don't think so.
We'll
I'll
cover.
take that.
All right, I'm
What are we
betting
betting?
$1 American dollar. $1 American dollar. I got it.
All right.
That Auburn
In.
beats the spread.
Yes.
All right, $1.
Yeah.
I'll take that bet.
Here's what's going for us in this game. I mean, it's
What's
no
going
one's in
for us?
class
Tell
anymore.
me, please.
Yeah. So their environment, I don't think is going to
So
be.
they lose their home field advantage. That's our advantage is they have no home field advantage.
I guarantee you, we tune into this game, it's going to be dead. I just don't think there's going to be people there.
I mean, I've never wanted to be wrong so bad in my entire life. I feel like we're gonna get absolutely. We have a team that cannot score. We have one.
No, we're gonna get
excuse me,
creamed, but by 20 points, that's nuts.
No.
We have one stat that got ranked better than them, and that was our free throw. And I'm like, all right, well, if they have to start fouling us, maybe we win. But I don't think they're gonna be fouling us at all.
I don't need to.
No, exactly.
I
That's my
don't
point.
know how fouls work in basketball, so I just imagine that everybody fouls everybody all the
Neither-
time.
Neither do the refs, Ryan. Neither do the refs.
I have a sneaking suspicion that everybody's just like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on, and nobody knows what's going on, but it's like this whole confidence thing. As long as we keep faking it, like nobody will question it. And I'm like the one dude that's just like, what is happening?
Whenever a whistle gets blown at a game, I just look at the opposing bench and our bench to find out whether or not I should be cheering or booing because I don't know what the fuck happened.
It's a solid
So,
strategy, really. It's a solid strategy.
So our last game, we lost to a 1-6 team, and now we're playing an 8-1 team. So maybe I'm
problem.
wrong, and we correct everything, and we win. I don't.
Whoa.
see that.
I'm not saying we're gonna win the game. I'm saying we cover 20 points.
Right.
No.
We're not winning, just covering.
Oh, how about this? How about if I'm wrong, then you guys host the show next week.
What
I
does
do
that mean?
zero prep. I do zero prep work. You guys say, "Welcome back, Panthers fans. I'm Ryan. I'm Tim here with David, and this is Save Atlanta." And I get to be the reactionary guy. How's that
20
sound?
points.
How about that for 20.5 points?
Deal.
Yes. All
Deal.
right. Tim
Wait,
and
what was
Ryan
the
will
last part you said there? 20 points.
20. It's 20.5. 20.5. Yeah. So
Okay,
so
all
really
right,
21
20.5.
points. Yeah. So
Okay.
if we lose by more than 20 points, you guys host the show next week, and I get to be the man on the street. No idea what's
Lazy
going
AF. Yeah.
And I hope some stuff
can-
happens over the week.
Well, I mean, I'm making the deal. So Tim, you can opt in. I'm opting in. I'm taking the bet.
on. I love it.
I want
All right.
money.
Sounds good.
But
You want money? I will still honor the $1 bet too.
sure. Ryan, we're all in, right? Let's do it.
$1 in hosting. Yeah. All right.
Here we have.
What a weird bet.
All right.
I know.
I'm checking the comments there. All right.
It could be
we also have
it
a
could
game.
be a title too. Is hosting in a buck or something.
I will put myself in the bottom picture, the bottom frame of the video too. I'll give you guys
Ooh.
top billing.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do it all up. I'll do it all up. All right.
I still won't
that's
prepare,
Auburn.
but we'll see how it goes.
You did tell me that nothing scares you more than me telling you guys, hey, I think you guys have to host this weekend or this week.
Yeah.
All
Because then
right.
we'd have to actually do research.
Nah, it's
I-
fine. You know what? We've had so many episodes where David's even texted us and been like, "I don't have shit, guys. What are we gonna do?" And then we talk for like an hour and a half.
Right. I mean, we'll figure it out. It won't be a big deal. We might talk about Georgia State the entire time, but it's fine.
That's the brilliant part about like the whole podcast strategy was 3 guys sitting at a bar talking. Like we could do this anytime. You don't have to prep for that. You don't have to prep for a bar hangout with
Right.
Georgia State fans.
That's true. That's true. That's true. All right, let's move on. We also have Rhode Island on Sunday. Home game back home. So I I went to go look up to see how they were doing, and it's University of Rhode Island that we're playing, but I just put in like Rhode Island athletics, and it came up to Rhode Island College. And Rhode Island College, their mascot is the Anchorman, and I'm like, is there actually a college whose mascot is Will Ferrell? Like, is this actually? Did somebody actually pick up that? No, it has to do with like boat stuff. But that mental image is in my head about Will Ferrell in his like leisure suit supporting.
Well, all I can think of is the cheerleader skit from SNL. You know, where they're cheerleaders.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We found the one person that still watched SNL like what 15 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you watch it 15 years ago. You don't watch it today.
It's gotten better. Tim, what are you gonna say?
I don't. I was gonna ask you what's the take on Rhode Island? Are they? I didn't even look.
This is supposed to be a win. They're 3-7 on the season. Their 3 wins are against Stony Brook, Illinois State, and Army. And honestly, Army is one of those, like being a military school, I always forget whether or not the military schools actually have basketball or not, because you never hear anything about the military schools. I feel like I don't hear.
Yeah,
it's like I'm like even when we went up there for the game, I was like, does Army, do they play basketball? I assume they've got to play basketball, but you just don't hear about basketball. Maybe because Army does not want people to be shot in the head. And they're like, if we recruit a 6'7" guy and he's in the bunker, he'd be the one dude whose helmet is still out of the whole bunker. Like, yep, that dude's gone. He's gone.
Weird. You don't fit. Sorry.
We don't have. There's no bunker wars now. That's World War II.
Drone wars, right?
Yeah, trench warfare is done, man. I guess the Korean War maybe.
In the Navy, you wouldn't want to have a tall guys for basketball because they can't fit in the submarines or the hulls of the ships. And then Air Force, they got to have like Tom Cruise little dudes to actually fit. And I know that Tom Cruise was a naval aviator, but they still fly airplanes. Air Force couldn't have like little short dudes. So you can't have 6'7".
I don't know shit about shit.
You can't have a 6'7" dude flying an F-14. It's not going to work.
But a lot of I believe that these programs actually recruit athletes and don't give a shit about if they can war or not. It's like 20 kids, right?
It's their side piece.
The military just recruits people like, if you want to come here, we'll take you. Yeah. I can't see anything.
Whatever, you're gonna have to do PT, but like you're gonna but we're not gonna send you anywhere because you're a basketball player.
You're like, we can't promise you won't go to war, but you're probably not going to war.
We'll give you some Drew Carey glasses and you'll be good to go. You're fine. Move on. So,
indeed.
All right. So Rhode Island, we're supposed to win that game. I think we'll see.
When is that again? When?
Sunday at 2:00. This Sunday.
That's a home. That's a home game.
Sunday. It's a home game. It's right by your house, man.
So Daniel's asking a good question. What's the tailgate situation? We've got the tailgate situation figured out.
For the most part, yeah. We do we actually have our spot yet? We figured out our spot.
Yeah, we do have a spot. We do have a spot.
What's the spot?
I can do it if you want.
Go for it, man, Ryan. You pimp it out.
Well, the last game that I went to, I didn't even go to. I only went to the tailgate. So, in the blue lot, in the back of the blue lot, there are 2 sets of magnolia trees, and one of them has the buses in front of them, and the other one doesn't. And we're in the magnolia trees without the bus. And we'll be there, what, an hour or 2 beforehand? 2 hours? 3 hours? What are we doing?
So away
in general, for sure, yeah. It's the one. It's the. I would say it's the larger magnolia tree. It's the one that's closer to, Fulton. No, closer to Fulton. No, is that Fulton or is that Hank?
That's Hank. That's Hank.
Yeah, closer to Hank. It's the magnolia tree island closer to Hank. It's got some picnic tables. And
we don't
use
them.
Game,
it's fine. It's whatever. But we'll be there. It's a place to hang out, urinate if you need to.
It's if it's a night game, it's dark. You can totally pee on a tree. No one will
Okay.
notice anything.
What if it's not?
Do it
You
anyway.
can
Who
also
People
pee on a
cares?
tree.
You're in
No biggie.
You just
downtown.
No
make it
biggie.
clean.
No biggie. Yeah, so
I will miss
you know, I think
I'm
that
gonna
needs to be our spot, and you know what? I think we need to do a better job marketing that and like getting folks out to it. Tailgating should be
I agree.
like a thing that we do.
I did
That's
kind of wonder
we're
where
always
everyone was tailgating at. I
What?
was looking around, like when I drove into one of the games, I figured everyone was still tailgating, but I was a little bit late. I was kind of looking up and down the aisles. I'm like, where the hell are they? I'm like, you must have
Yeah.
been
that
over there.
island. That island I think will
Well,
be our spot.
for other
Go,
games,
Ryan.
we have just been like in the parking lot, like near the cars, and then I don't know. That just done. We need to have like a spot where we're just always at. I think, and I think that those Magnolias is the right spot.
Yep, I agree. That being said, I will not be at the game this week or the Sunday. So
Let me see where I am.
I'm
I have no idea.
I'll be flying back after being gone for 3 nights, and I think that my wife's not going to be like, "Yeah, you're going straight to a basketball game." I'm going to discuss it with her, so maybe I'll be there. I wouldn't count on it.
No, I'll be there. I will be there. Oh, you know what?
but
Let's bring lunch, man. I'll like I'll
Bring the
some
fam.
some smoked something, you know, and
I could do it.
Bring
I mean,
bring the
I could-
family. Tailgate
I
and
will
come to
bring-
the game.
I'll bring my daughters if I can get one extra ticket from somebody.
I only have a
Oh,
ticket, so
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The following game, it's going to be after this, after next week's episode, but it's our last out of conference game. It's Toccoa Falls, which Tim and I passed on our way to Boone
So
for
beautiful.
that guaranteed win that we were going to have up there in football. That should be a win. They have 4. They're 4-4. They got 4 wins against Carolina Christian, Pensacola Christian, Carolina Christian, and wait for it, Johnson.
Christian.
No, just Johnson.
Baptist.
But I really thought that as long as we didn't have Christian in our name, I thought we were a guaranteed win. I think we still can do it either way. So, and Sunbelt schedule starts after that, after Christmas.
We're kind of about where I thought we'd be at the start of the season. You know, circled Rhode Island, obviously Toccoa Falls is W's. We might be one game off of where I thought we'd be.
don't ever say obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I thought
always
we
the
have
row
8
out there.
I thought we'd
are.
have
Yes,
8
you.
wins, and we don't. We had every chance to get 2 or 3 wins with some of our losses.
I thought we were going to run the table on our little multi-team event.
Ooh.
And so losing to, what was it? Was it Eastern Kentucky we lost to? That one, yeah, that bums me out. I just don't like, we're not scoring points. Hell, we scored 46 points against what's her face, Northeastern. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Good defense.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, give him credit. Give him credit.
Nah, I mean,
Okay,
so
we'll
we've struggled. We've struggled all season long. We've been talking about how we just don't really have any shooters, and they've gotten a little hot on certain nights and done all right. But overall, the shooting has been very cold. And I think
Shooting lights. We were shooting the lights on. We can't even turn them off. That's it.
I mean, that's the thing is, yeah, you know what, David? Let's just I'm right because we live and die by Odom, right? Odom is really like who's going to score our points.
Daniel Wilkins says, "Good thing is I believe David is right."
Do you even know that's about?
Highlight. No, I have no idea. It's been a while since I looked at the comments.
That's about Georgia State not covering the 20.5 point spread.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
Excellent.
That was way back then is when he posted that.
He
And
can use
you
it
know
whenever he
what?
wants.
Like, you know what? Screw you both, because you should have more faith in this team to be able to cover a 20-point spread. Jesus Christ.
I'm looking forward to the episode that Ryan hosts of State of Atlanta. So this will be great.
I bet. It's cool.
Right,
you know
cool.
what?
Well,
It's not going to happen.
And Daniel has my extra ticket, so I've got
Nice.
I'll bring. So I'll do my best to bring my 2 girls with me to the game on Sunday.
Oh,
right.
yay.
I'll try.
Yay.
Yeah, for all of you guys.
I'm
all right,
super
and
excited.
then all right, on to Ryan's favorite subject that I have,
Son of a bitch, this is
schedule.
happening. I thought we
what
were
is
going to
this?
forget. We're 45
Oh.
minutes in. Don't you want to just call it quits?
That seems like
It's
last
the
call
it's the
content, no?
biggest. It's my biggest notes that I have for the entire
We
night.
get
It's the
just largest,
the
like you wrote it in the
baseball.
biggest font.
It's my longest. You can't see it here because it's
God, that's
flushed
great.
out, but it's the baseball 2023 schedule release discussion. You guys ready for this?
And oh yeah, I'm
Ryan,
super ready for it. I had
Ryan mute. Ryan goes mute and goes to the bathroom. He's out.
I had my
All right,
quick
Tim, what do you
hot
got?
take feedback on the bullshit Cooler Field games with UGA and Tech. I'm like, where are home games?
Yeah.
Where do they put them? Where are they hidden? Are they hidden somewhere on the schedule?
So I looked at it. If you consider the Coolray games away games, then we have fewer home games than we have away games. We have, I think it's 28, 29. There's only 28 home games and 29 away games. If you consider Coolray away games, you consider them neutral sites. You could pull it out. You could say 28, 27 home away. But yeah, no, I get it. I think Coolray is a cool way of doing an in-state game with opponents and everything. I like it, especially with Athens, because it's kind of halfway for both teams to get together to see each other. Tech makes no sense. It makes no sense to do Tech in Coolray Field at all. And I know we did that last year for our home game. It sounds like Georgia and Georgia Tech have zero interest in ever coming to Panthersville again. I don't blame them.
We build our stadium, right? Then they'll come.
Right. Hopefully so. So we'll see. That's what. Well, so I went. I did some research.
Okay.
Our first four teams we play. First five. First five teams we play: Cincinnati at home, Brown at home. Are these all at home? Alabama State and Presbyterian. All of them had a significantly lower RPI, baseball RPI, than we had last season.
Well, good.
We were
season 8-0.
We were number 97 in RPI last year. Number 97 out of Ryan. I put the number down there so you would know.
8 trillion.
It is 301 teams, Ryan. We were number 97. We were top third. All right.
That's pretty good.
All right. And so Cincinnati, 132. Brown, 249. Alabama
How's that
State,
make you feel?
187. Presbyterian, 215. So how this schedule was set up, this gives us the opportunity to start hot. You know, it's you're right. Yeah, that's 12 games. That's 12 games.
Insane.
That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome.
It is baseball, though.
It is baseball, and you know, you never. It's all about series. It's less about individual games.
Baseball's a little weird.
I do believe we have Cincinnati. We've only played them once, and we're 1-0 against Cincinnati. I don't think we have anything against Brown. Alabama State, I think we're 17-1 against. I don't remember what Presbyterian it is. So we're looking good. We could start out incredibly hot, not heart. Oh, hot, whatever.
Hard,
with baseball.
hot.
So baseball does that a lot. They start hot, and we get all excited about it, and then they hit like a cold streak, and then they hit the conference, and they like come back down to earth, and you're like, "What the hell's happening?" It happens a lot.
We are not good in conference at all.
No.
We're not. And I looked at the rest of the out of conference games. Everybody is better than us. Clemson, MTSU, Vandy, Warford. But the interesting thing was the Georgia teams, based off of last year's RPI, Tech 23, Georgia 24, TDS 25, 3 in a row, 23, 24, 25. Kennesaw came in 53. Mercer came in 60. As a reminder, we came in 97. We have the worst Division I baseball team in the state.
Woo! Wait, that's not good.
At least we're number one in something, and that's being last in baseball.
All right, so loaded question for you, David, because I know you have the answer.
Descending order.
How do our new conference brethren? How they look? Where they at?
So I didn't put the time in to go into all that, but I did do a little effort. We last season we finished in baseball RPI. We finished 6th in conference, behind in this order: Texas State, Trash Down South, Coastal, Lafayette, USA, and Troy. And this is including Little Rock and Arlington. They were in conference as well back then. So both of those were below us. I did not look at the newbies to see where they were, but let's see.
Well, you know who's gonna be the best? JMU.
We are.
They're gonna win the conference, and they're gonna tell us all how great they are, and that this whole conference exists because they're in it now.
Yep. It doesn't matter because the color purple is ugly, and I don't care what Prince says. The color purple is ugly.
Whoa!
I don't.
You didn't have to drag
bring him into that.
That's unacceptable, David. Just here's what's really funny about JMU is that they came in like gangbusters and they won a bunch of games when they couldn't qualify. And next year they're going to come back down to earth, and it's going to be hilarious because they're not even going to qualify for a bowl game, and it's going to be funny.
It's the same thing with TDS. When their first year in Sunbelt, they came through and they technically won the Sunbelt, but they didn't technically win it because they were ineligible to win it. And then we've just consistently beaten the snot out of them ever since then. So yeah, that'll be the same thing with JMU. I don't like how it went down, but Grant makes a point. Georgia State baseball did beat Georgia Tech and Clemson on the road last season. Yeah,
true.
Sure did.
We did.
And we can and we can do it again. We can do it again. It's a tough. The first chunk of the schedule, I don't know. I guess Stromdahl is the one that actually puts together the schedule. He did a great job. He put together some legit teams to play against that we have a legit shot about beating. Awesome. Let's get confidence up. Let's get the win record up, and we'll go into it. And we need to go tailgate some baseball games.
Well, let's be real here. Georgia Tech is not playing on the road. That stadium is closer than Panthersville.
Right. It is.
Georgia Tech is the only true home game we've got.
Yeah. Speaking of tailgating, David, should we tailgate for Kennesaw State so you can get thrown out again?
I didn't get thrown out. I
know.
Close to. I got about swing. Better.
I got threatened out. The games. Yes. The games are like those kind of fun games are on Tuesday nights. Or on weeknights. We don't. Yeah, there's not a lot of good. But I did look at it. I know, right? I can't make it back. I can't make it back here to do the episode from Panthersville. But no, I looked at it and I want to. There's several good Saturdays that we could do a tailgate. Let's do a big tailgate, a State of Atlanta tailgate for baseball. Have a good time, and I think it'd be a great opportunity to do something like that after basketball is done. We haven't seen each other for a while. A lot of the Georgia State fans haven't been able to hang out for a month or two. So
go to the Tech game.
Put something together.
That's on Tuesday too. What is with all these Tuesday games?
They're on Tuesdays. They're on Tuesdays. No,
all the good ones.
Man, I had a spreadsheet where I put this all together and I didn't put it on my notes page, so I forget what it was. But we have time to figure it out. We'll do 1 or 2 baseball tailgates. So.
Okay, I thought you were going to say scheduling episodes up for baseball, because please no.
Yeah, we're
a whole episode on scheduling. Yes,
we're gonna Ryan. We're gonna do post game episodes of every baseball game this season. Even when there's double headers, we're gonna do 2 episodes in one day, covering all the games.
That's fine as long as they're not about scheduling. I really scheduling is such bullshit. Scheduling. It's such a bullshit topic, and none of it means anything, and we all try to read the tea leaves into like what the scheduling means and blah blah blah. And like, look, right now I'm feeling it because like I feel like I haven't watched a football game in a long time. Like I feel like it's been a really long time since I went to a football game, and that does suck. But like it's not
because
that big a deal.
Because you know why it feels like a long time
because it was a long time because they scheduled us away for a long time. I get it.
The Sun Belt does not know how to schedule games, and they scheduled us the last 2 games away. It's horrible.
I'm aware. It's just not that big a deal.
Brian, this is my platform to become the
Did you just call me
scheduling
Brian?
czar.
Did you just call me Brian?
Probably.
It's close.
We'll go back to the tape. We'll go to the tape and find that out. I'm stuttering now. I skipped a dinner because my kids wanted pizza, and I cooked them a Red Baron's frozen pizza, and I'm like, I'm not
Nice.
eating that crap because it's cheese. It's cheese pizza. Oh, I can tell I'm stuttering now.
Oh.
So I may have said Brian. Either way, regardless, I forget what I was saying.
So
Nice.
shout out to Daniel. Isn't USM supposed to be the best team in the league? Yes, they are. They're the ones that I thought went pretty deep in the College World Series last year. And then when they lost, they very petty ripped Conference USA logos off their baseball field within an hour of them losing. So
Good.
shout out to
They're
them.
ready.
Shout out to them for getting the F out
Well,
of Dodge.
the Sun Belt has typically been a pretty decent baseball
yeah.
conference anyway. Like South Alabama, I think is good. Coastal is good. I think TDS has been solid.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
But we have a decent baseball conference.
Yeah, we
is all I'm
do.
trying to say.
But our problem is we have a garbage baseball facility, and so we saw the video that came out on YouTube from Georgia State that kind of like checking out the baseball facility they have inside of Center Park Stadium. That's where they have their offices. That's where they have their lockers. That's where they have their training facility and their weight rooms, all that kind of stuff. I think actually it's a shared weight room between football. Either way, but that's where they do all their batting practice and pitching and all that kind of stuff. And then the video ends with a drone kind of going over that the lot and seeing the old footprint of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the old chop shop, and it finishes with coming soon. So yeah, we are gonna get baseball out there, and like I was saying before about the RPI, the Georgia teams: Tech 23, Georgia 24, TDS 25, Kennesaw 53, Mercer 60, us at 97. We get the facilities that we're gonna have at Center Park Stadium, the Hank, whatever you want to call it. There's no way we don't start beating out a lot of these teams. Most of these
Hopefully.
teams. There's no way Mercer, Kennesaw, or Trash Down South should ever have a better baseball program than us once we build our new facilities on the green lot out there. No reason.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I'm right.
I hope you're right.
Market.
We do.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, we need to give a shout out to GSU Creative Services. They are all season killing it, and they're killing it right now too with all the media they're creating. So I know Cole Carter, I think, is kind of the head honcho there, doing a fantastic job.
They do great. They do an amazing job. They do an amazing job.
Yeah.
Do they do all the uniform announcements too?
I think they do all the media.
Because that's your favorite. I know, Tim. That's your jam.
It's not so much
I love that.
What? You're a dude. You're a uniform dude.
It used to be. I don't know.
I love that. I love the uniform announcements. I love all the little flashy. I don't get the music all the time because I'm old, but I like my thing is with the uniform announcements. When you show me a glove or a shoe or a thigh or a shoulder,
that's what gets you off right there.
No. At the end, just give me the whole thing. Give me the whole uniform.
Give David the whole thing.
I want the whole thing. I want the whole thing.
Here's the thing. A uniform announcement to me is not exciting unless it is blue, 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 or white, white, white. That's it. Those are the only two that are exciting to me. Every other announcement, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I want the solid uniform.
We all have our preferences and what excites us.
We all like the solid uniforms.
I love the solid uniform. It's great.
They're so sexy. I've never really described any man as sexy, but you put on an all blue or all white Georgia State football uniform, you're the hottest thing I've seen in my entire life. Absolutely. I love it. Love it.
Shit got weird. We're an hour in.
So
shit got weird.
We are an hour in. I think we are pounding on the back door of last call.
Jesus.
Take it all in. All of it.
I do have a couple of things. I do have a couple of things for last call. No, I've never had a single big thing, but I have a couple of things Georgia State related for last call. So
You want to tease it?
No, I don't. But I think that was the tease, right? That was the tease,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know. No, I feel like you gotta give a little more. I don't know.
They might be big, they might be small. You gotta tune in to
you,
find out.
You and everyone else, Ryan. You and everyone else. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to take this conversation to our last call where we drink a little more, talk a little bit more candidly, whatever way it is. And you can find it on our Patreon page. It's free, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. You'll get it on Friday mornings. If you're a Patreon member, you get it early as soon as we release it, as well as access to our group chat, which is awesome. Discounts on our merchandise,
Group chat
which
is
are
great.
awesome.
We really, it is very constructive, and I have been recently lurking a little on Panther Talk again, and I get everything I need from our chat. Frankly, I don't need all that business.
We
I'm
have fun.
better off.
It's a good daily
Better off.
conversation.
It's a lot more constructive. People are not like, I don't know. There's some stuff that goes on Panther Talk that I'm just like, I could
Deal about all that.
Well, it's like it's a premium Panther Talk. You people that pay for something are more willing to be more involved in it, and so you get people that are more interested in the program. You get to hear some opinions that you don't hear otherwise on Panther Talk.
It's sort of walled off. It's sort of a safe place where like we know we're not gonna like go put it around and all that stuff. Like it's just like some people chatting.
And just $3.
It's fun.
That's it.
It's good. It's good. The chat's good.
Only
for now,
$2.
$3.
Only 2 spots left at $3. There's other options as well. But anyhow, check it out, guys. Thanks for considering that, and we're gonna do that now. Also, we this whole live discussion goes on our Patreon members as well. They get to see that stuff too. So, all right, enough pimping that stuff. Thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate it. We will talk to you next week after the Auburn and the Rhode Island games. There'll be a couple of Sunbelt bowl games that we probably won't talk about because screw those guys. And
David will be hosting the just as normal.
Yeah, that's right.
Podcast.
That's right. Ryan's hosting next week's episode. That'll be fantastic. I look forward to it.
David will be hosting. Don't worry. 20.5 points, guys. Really. All right. Go ahead.
Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.